Examples. Example 1. Find the greatest common factor of 84xy cubed z squared, 140x squared y squared z squared, and 56xy squared z squared. Do a prime factorization. You have 8 times 3 times 7. You have, 4, which is 12 times 7. You have 1x, you have 3 y's, and you have 2 z's. This is like 10 times 14, x squared, y squared, z squared. And then this is 8 times 7, x squared, y squared, z squared also. The 2 and the 2 are common, the 7 is common, the x, the y, and the z are common. So the greatest common factor is 2 times 2 times 7, which is 28, x, y squared, z squared. Find the greatest common factor of 4x times a quantity cubed, 8x squared, the same quantity squared, z plus 4 plus 3, quantity squared, and and 16x times a quantity y minus 5 squared, cubed, and the second quantity squared. Do a prime factorization. You have the first line, you have the second line, there's a z plus 3, another z plus 3 here, the z plus 3, another z plus 3 here, and the first column, the first 2 columns are common, the x's are common, the y minus 5, another y minus 5 are common. This y minus 5 is not common, this z plus 3 is not common, it's not in the first term. So the greatest common factor is 4x y minus 5 squared. Feel free to use exponents here. We are interested in rewriting a sum or difference of terms as a product of factors. Like, remember a difference of 2 squares, a squared minus b squared, that's a difference of 2 terms. We were able to write it as the factor a plus b times the factor a minus b. So we converted a difference into a product. This is called factorization, of which you will see a great deal. It's one of the topics that give most people most trouble. It is not really that difficult, but follow instructions. The very first step in factoring is factoring the greatest common factor is possible. Always, always, always look for the greatest common factor. If there is none besides 1, that's okay. But if there is one and you don't factor it out, either you will not be able to factor any further or at all, or you will have to use numbers that are bigger than they need to be. Train yourselves to look for the greatest common factor always. This is so important that the student must get conditioned like Pavlov's dog. As soon as the student hears the word factor, GCF must come to mind immediately. GCF immediately. Write it out 1,000 times.